Well, today I'm going to get out on a lovely pasture field and I'm going to try out the XP Deus 2 using the full tones. It's just a pleasure detecting day and you're welcome to join me. I can't guarantee any great finds, but maybe we'll learn something along the way. So let's get out into the field and see if we can find our first target. Oh, just one note, I'm not using the factory default full tones mode, sensitive FT. I'm using some of my own tweaks on this one, but it's still in the sort of fine tuning phases. So as soon as I get something sorted out, something I'm confident with, I'll post a full tone video up for you. Now here's a typical low conductive target. You can see the XY screens almost top to bottom. In an ideal world, you'd want to say that's definitely foil, 100% foil, but very small gold will come up in this exact range. So I think we've just got to have a look at it. My call would be foil, depends whether I'm lucky or not. So if it's foil, I wouldn't have thought it would be too deep, so there's no point really going massively deep. Just below the roots of the grass is always a good move. Yeah, it's in those roots, look. I don't really like disturbing the roots unless I have to. Well, that is, it just goes to show you, you know, it just goes to show you, look at that. Now 9 times out of 10 that would have been foil. I'm so glad I dug that, because that is what appears to be a little artifact of some sort. Now that's got a nice solid XY, hasn't it? But the numbers are low. But bearing in mind what I've just recently dug, thinking it was foil, got to have a go at this one, haven't I? I think there's every chance this could be sort of shallow junk, but let's just take a quick look. It'll only take a minute. Yeah, look at that. Well, once again, shame on me, because that was actually, or is actually, a small flipping button. Look at that, coming up at such a low conductor. I was convinced that was foil. Deus wins again. I mean, granted, that's not the crown jewels, is it? It's not a particularly exciting target. I mean, in my mind, I was going to just cherry pick the higher tones and just go for the coins. You know, that'd make a better video, I guess. But, do you know, the low conductors may surprise us. Now, here's 2 contrasting signals, look. We've got a lovely, juicy piece of iron there. And a lovely high conductor there, coming in at about 74. Oh, that sounds quite bright now, doesn't it? It's out, it's out, it's out. And there it is, look. It's a musket ball. Tiny little musket ball. That come through loud and clear, didn't it? No mistaking that. I think what I might do now is just change the settings a little bit, just to let you see the big target numbers. Options, settings, profile. There you go. A nice big 5960. Now, because we're using the big number graphics, we've still got full use of the horseshoe. For example, non-ferrous goes to the right, ferrous goes to the left, and it depends how much this greys out as to how deep it is. So if the non-ferrous just only greys out a little bit, the target is small or deep. If it greys out a lot, the target's shallow, but you can normally pick this up with the audio. Let me demonstrate. I've got two targets here, ferrous and a non-ferrous. Just have a look at the horseshoe. There you go. See on the big screen, the horseshoe gets bigger, so you've got this left section there, which is ferrous, iron, and you can also hear it's iron. Now I think I've got a non-ferrous target here, and you can see it's just greying out a little bit, which is telling me that's small or deep. So you can still use the big target numbers with the ferrous and non-ferrous meter. I suppose we better dig this one out and have a look. Apologies in advance for this wind, it is howling through. You can see all the grass moving, but that doesn't really give you a good perspective of what it's really like. Straight in with the MI6, I think. Did get a little... Do you know what? You have some days when your pinpointing is absolutely shocking, and I hope today isn't going to be one of those days. Tiny round little ball, tiny little thing. I'll take that. Good target. Shame about my pinpointing. Another soft quiet one again, look. 45, 50. There's even some iron in the mix. You can hear the audio jumping about, but I think a lot of that could be the spade is too close to the target. Let's try again. That's better. What an idiot. But the numbers are jumping around a little bit. Not sure about that exactly. So what I'll do, just to play it safe, I'll take a reasonably wide bit out of this. Yep, still in there. Nothing at all. Oh, yes. Right down there, look. Come on. It's revving up now, so I know we're getting close. I can feel something down there which feels quite big. I wonder if that's it. Do you think it's a big piece of iron? Right, I'm going in with the spade. Very often, if you can't pinpoint it very well, the target is iron. Let's just hope I'm wrong here. Because that was a reasonably good audio, wasn't it? Although the numbers were jumping about a bit. Look at that. That was a deep one, wasn't it? It's a flipping button, but quite a deep one, wasn't it? Must have been on edge, I think. Good call, Gary. Well done, boy. Start off with digging quite shallow, I think, just in case it's a tiny piece of foil. And let's just have a listen to see if the target changes at all. Like I said before, a lot of foil in this field. Yeah, that's your man there. Would you say that looks a bit gold? Do you know what? It does look a little bit gold to me. Ooh. I think that's a bit of wishful thinking there, don't you? It's coming up at 85. Has my pinpointing improved? Close. Right, we're out. It looks to me like that's the culprit. Just some, I don't know, I think it's an old copper penny perhaps. Who knows? What do you think? Shot to bits, isn't it? Now this is a textbook signal. Listen to that. A lovely smooth high tone coming in at a solid 72, 73 without too many variations in tone or target ID. If I was hunting for coins, guys, this is what I'd class as a textbook signal. Lovely and smooth and a tightly grouped set of numbers. Okay, still down there. Slightly off centre there. Let's have a look now. Still down, still going down. So okay, I've gone down, but I'm now going slightly backwards because the pinpoint is telling me I'm an idiot with my pinpointing. Well, I'm getting close. Still quite deep, but sadly not in the right direction. I think what I might do if I don't get it in a minute is just go a little bit wider on the hole. Ah, moved it. Somewhere in there. Ooh, still sounds good. Oh, there we go, look. Another button perhaps? No. Looks like a little Roman to me. Little Roman. What do you reckon to that? At least I think it's a little Roman. Quite deep, but I've really got to practice my pinpointing. Well, I'm pretty confident that's a little bronze Roman coin, and that's a perfect point to finish this video on. I've not had a bad day, you know. I didn't put obviously a lot of these digs on camera because it would just bore you to death, but loads and loads of shotgun cartridges. There's the Roman, there's a button, a few coins, bits and pieces, so I don't think I've done too bad. Haven't dug any iron, so that's a good point. I've dug plenty of these little tiny bits of foil, but again, I consider that a good morning's detecting. I've had plenty of non-ferrous targets and I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. Sorry we haven't found any amazing treasures and things like that, but that's real detecting for you. So that's it guys, thank you very much for watching and I'll catch you soon.